Good morning, everyone. Today, Dr. Rashi Balyan, is going to give you a session on a very interesting topic, which is more related with the technology and the cyber security, which is surrounding our minds like a spider web in today's digital era. So, before starting with my presentation, I would like to ask a very simple question to all of you people. Have you people ever considered that what is that one particular driving force that is instigating our minds to become digitally connected and socially divided? Is there any specific idea anyone is having? And why the Gen Z people they are becoming more prone to the usage of Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and Instagram? Don't you think that this particular technology has covered our minds like a spider web and making us blind with the real life necessities and attracting our minds more towards the real life pictures? Well, that is the point. That is the place that we are diving deep inside into the cyber chakra view, which is surrounded with the technological advancement, even if we talk about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, or deep learning. And there are several other aspects as well, which are in the pipeline. So today's session is more on the digital technological advancement and whether this particular technological advancement are going to create a boom for the humankind or is going to become a bane for the humankind. So that we are going to study in detail because in and all we are becoming tech savvy generation. And in the future, it will be very difficult for us to deviate our mind from this particular technological aspect to any other aspect. So, what are the different technological perspectives into the particular, if we talk about only the cyber security or if we talk about the artificial intelligence, right? We are using the different advancements in technology if we talk about the artificial intelligence. But does that specific technology advancement in that specific technological domain going to help us out in the specific business or these you can say the marketers for the strategy that they are planning to attract their customers and in order to generate more profits for their business? So what are the business perspectives as well related with the technological advancement? So this is the core that we are going to study in detail in today's session. So let's begin with the presentation. Now, with the concept, what is artificial intelligence? Now, when we talk about artificial and intelligence that is more relevant with the word when we talk about the intelligence of the humankind. That is, humans are able to make the decision, and artificial is I'm making a clone of something. So, artificial intelligence in and all means that it is, you can say that it is a computer science through which the different types of the machines, through which the different types of the computers, they are simulating the human intelligence and they are gathering this particular ability to make the decisions to solve these specific problems. So they are dealing with this intelligent behavior of the humankind. So what will happen in the coming generation, or you can say in the coming, let's say 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line, that with the robotics technology, with the machines, they will be able to do all the tasks, all the activities that a human body, that a human mind is doing. So this is in simple words, if we want to understand what is artificial intelligence, that simply means that it is a clone of the human brain. That is a clone of the human mind. Whatever activities we process in our mind, what decisions we think about whenever we are planning to buy any product, is the product going to be good, bad, what are the satisfaction level? So all these things are being mapped with the help of the artificial intelligence. Now, a very simple example I'm giving you. For example, you people must have visited a lot with the e-commerce websites. Let's talk about Amazon or Flipkart. Now, if you are planning to buy any specific gadget and you just checked out its price in the morning, let's say a mobile phone, you just checked out a price of a mobile phone in the morning, and what are the you can say the specifications associated with it. You just checked out in a particular website in the morning time. Now, in the afternoon, you just checked out the websites again in order to find out some, let's say, new offers, and you checked out the other websites also for the price comparison. Now, what will happen the third time if you will visit that particular website? Third time will open your, you can say, it's normal your search engine result page, Google. So, what it is going to show? All the details, all the searches related with that specific one thing. That is your mobile phone segment or your gadget segment. And with the specifications associated with it, whether it is price, whether it is related with offers, whether it is related with the discount. So how the computers they are processing, how the websites they are processing that the next time we are planning to buy that particular mobile phone or buy that particular gadget, how are they recognizing this particular thing of the humankind? That is the concept of the artificial intelligence. If one particular customer is liking, let's say, X product on a website, the next time it is going to show the pop-ups related with that specific website or the specific product. This is only and only happening with the case of the with the help of you can say the artificial intelligence, because they are mapping that human mind is diverting or deviating to this particular area of our website. They are trying to check out this particular gadget, they are trying to check out the prices of this particular thing. So let us give them more options related with it, so that until and unless that customer becomes a consumer for the business, they are going to do the same activities again and again with the help of the different AI tools. So we can say the different type of whether you are scrolling with the help of your mouse, whether you are doing the you can say the scrolling with the help of the retina as well, so they are doing the retina scanning as well. So these are some of the AI technological advancement tools that the companies they are using in order to identify that what kind of taste and preference the consumer is having, and we will show that a specific set related with the product or related with the domain to that specific customer, so that that customer will convert into consumer, and that is going to generate the profits for the business. So in and all, that is a machine that is mapping the human intelligent behavior. That's the concept of artificial intelligence. Now very famous examples we can say, we even all of us are using Google now, Siri and Cortana are all these intelligent digital personal assistants on various platforms, for example iOS, Android and Windows Mobile. Now, what are they doing? Siri, like for example, in iPhones, we are using Siri, in Windows, we are using Cortana. So, what are they doing? If we are giving any specific command, they are coming up with the answers of that particular command. In fact, they are trying to do that particular connect with their specific customer. Like if we are wishing them good morning or good evening, they are responding to that specific text as well. And in case we are driving, we are giving any specific command to call any specific person, to text any specific person. So in that particular scenario also, they are taking that command. Now how they are processing that command, that is happening with the help of the technologies like machine learning and deep learning. Now, AI is a broader concept. For example, we are talking on the wider concept. We can say the umbrella term is the artificial intelligence, and its subparts are machine learning and deep learning. Because what machine learning is doing, machine learning is processing the algorithm. They are working on the data sets to create the models which we can use in the artificial intelligence. So inside Siri, whatever the algorithm that is taking the command and giving the answers to the audience or giving the answers to the customers. So in that particular case, we can say that that is the concept of machine learning which is being applicable. And when the neural networks are being used in order to create or work on that specific algorithm, that concept is referred to as deep learning. So both of these are a part of artificial intelligence only, and any technology that we are using in the case of the artificial intelligence, we are trying to incorporate, and we are trying to incorporate these particular things, because they are going to process our task very easy. With the help of these technology, with the help of the algorithms, we can create the different type of the platforms, and with these platform we can identify what kind of the you can say technological advancement our customers are is requiring at the specific moment, or with reference to any specific business. So we can use these different type of, you can say, the AI tools to make calls, to send messages, to set the reminders, to take notes, to record music. So there are ample of things associated with the you can say AI tools. So all these things are becoming very prevalent, very popular with our tech savvy generation. Now moving on to the next slide, that is future of artificial intelligence. Just a quick overview. What is going to be the future? Like I told you in the starting, is it going to create a boom for the generation, or is it going to become a bane for the generation? So that is the area where we have to work upon, depending upon in which business we are using this particular technology. For example, if in case I'm showcasing my product on any particular e-commerce website, I need to identify what my customers like, what are their taste and preferences. So in the case, if they have visited my website twice in a day, so what is the possibility that the third time they visit and they are going to purchase my product? So I need to convince them with the help of the different type of the tools of their area of interest, and that is how I am gathering their particular interest in that specific product. So if we talk about the future of artificial intelligence, so we cannot say that the future is restricted or limited to any one particular area or any one particular domain. Well, it is very much open and very much wider to different segments, to different industries. Let us talk about the example of like automatic cars, self-driving cars, right? So that means that the car is also acting and taking the commands as and when it is, with the help of technology, the way it is feeded. And they are taking that command and performing all the tasks that manually a person is going, how manually a person is going to drive a car. So in the automobile segment, that is again a, we can say, advancement. Same case with the help of like the medical industry. If we talk about the robotic surgeries, why the doctors, they are doing some robotic surgeries and even the laser treatment. So that is with the help of the technological advancements in the AI. So, with the future of mankind, we cannot say that it is restricted with one specific domain. It is very much open, and it is we can apply that to any specific industry. And there are several other aspects to explore more on this particular, you can say, the artificial intelligence era. But is it like going to create pros for the our country, or is it going to create cons for the country? Because when we talk about pros, obviously businesses can use the concepts like the tools of AI, which will help them to identify what their customers like, how they should advertise their product, on what areas they need to work upon as a business strategy. But when we talk about the cons, let's say 10 years or 20 years down the line, do we actually need human to perform the different tasks? Obviously, when you will be sitting as the manager, let's say the owner of a company, you will be thinking that why should I invest my money on different type of the labor? I should acquire the different machines which will perform my task, so that I don't need human, I don't need people to perform that specific task. So in a way, they are going to create an unemployment on the national level. If we talk about that, is the macro level, right? So what will happen in the case, like every coin has a two side, you can say positive and the negative. In the same way, when we talk about AI, when we talk about deep learning, because the neural networks, because of the algorithm, obviously we are working on certain specific sets in order to process the human mind, in order to process the behavior of the people, that too specifically related with the brain, the how they will respond or how they will react in this specific situation. But is it definitely going to create the positive, or you can say our different type of the industry, or going to create positive effects on the coming generation? That is a very big question. It is a very debatable question for sure. So this was a brief about artificial intelligence, obviously the technology we are using. I'm sure all of you people must be very much aware with Siri, Alexa. These are voice recognition devices, and the way they are recognizing the you can say the voice of human mind, and in that particular case, they are responding to that particular person with the specific demand that they are offering. So see, the difference from 90s technology to current technology, and what is going to be the future of this technology, that is a very you can say a big question. So if we dive deep inside to this particular era, so we can talk about, there's one more concept, that is cybersecurity. Now, what is cybersecurity? So we can say that cybersecurity means the security standards. So these security standards, what they are doing, they are protecting our network, they are protecting our hardware, they are protecting our software, they are protecting our devices from the different type of the malicious attack. When I talk about what is a malicious attack means any third person or any hacker, they are trying to access to the information that is very confidential, or that is very private, right? So cybersecurity is creating that specific standards in order to protect the information from the, you can say, the external level also and the internal level also. Now, to maintain this particular security scenario, we need one specific CIA triad. So that is how the CIA triad came into the picture, which says that C stands for confidentiality, I stands for integrity, and A stands for availability. So our cyber security is rotating with these three different type of the, you can say, the triad. And in this particular triad, confidentiality means that when the information or the data that is accessed only by the authorized person. So apart from the authorized person, nobody can access the information. So that is how the information is confidential. On the other hand, if we talk about integrity, so integrity means that ensures only the authorized person can access that information. So that means it is edited only by the authorized person and remain in its original state. And availability is data and information and systems are available as and when required. So what is the use of this particular triad? Why is this particular triad, you can say, used in the specific scenario of cybersecurity? That is because they are helping us for the risk assessment. They are helping us for the evaluation. They are helping us to make the decisions while keeping the information at a specific set with our systems, with our devices, with our machines. Okay, when we talk about the computers. Now, why do we need actually cybersecurity? That is again a very big question. We need cybersecurity because of the different type of the cyber attacks which are coming up, which are increasing at a very fast pace in today's scenario. Now, how they are increasing? Suppose if we are making any kind of payment on Paytm, very simple example, let's say the UPI transactions that we do in everyday routine life. Now, we are making any one specific payment on Paytm. What will happen in this case? We are very much unsure if this payment is safe or not, and how the website interfaces when we are making the payment. So that is the reason that that insecurity, which is which is there inside our mind, that particular insecurity is there because we are unable to identify if the information is safe if we are making the payment, whether our information related with bank, information related with our passwords, is it safe to even share that information? Is it safe when we are doing any specific transactions that our bank information is not being communicated between the other parties? That is the rule of cybersecurity. That is the reason cybersecurity is coming up, or in cybersecurity, a different type of the, in fact, the IT Act 2000, which was introduced. Again, that was introduced because of the cybersecurity and the crimes which are related with the cyber attacks. So we'll understand this concept in more detail. Coming to the next slide, that is, what is the difference between security and privacy? Now, these are both of these terminologies are pretty common. You must have heard security and privacy. When we talk about security, what is security? Security means when I have the right to control. I'm saying that particular information is being accessed only by me. So that is the right to control that particular information. When I talk about security, that means in my settings, I'm doing certain settings so that I can allow anyone to encrypt or decrypt that specific data. So in the case of privacy, nobody can access that information until unless I'm giving that particular access or the right to control. In the security, I have the authorized, you can say, access to encrypt the data, to lock that specific data, and do not allow the other person to access that data. So understand, when we talk about the rights, when we talk about the right to control, that is referred to as privacy. That is why we introduce this privacy policies. And when we talk about what settings we can use in order to protect the information, in order to protect the data, in that case, we have the security. Then we have the different type of the cyber attacks. Obviously, in the coming classes, we will be studying the cyber attacks in detail. Now, just to give an overview about these different type of the cyber attacks, because these are also, you must have heard all these kind of words. What is phishing, man in the middle attack, DOS attack, ransomware attack. So we should be aware about what are these different type of the cyber attacks and how are they becoming popular and how they are accessing the data related with the human beings, related with the different customers, you can say. So when we talk about phishing, that is the first. Whale phishing, spear attack, and farming. What is phishing? Phishing, simple in simple words, if I have to tell you, that simply means whale phishing is a concept wherein a specific hacker focuses on the high profile people, for example, CEOs and the CEOs of the CFOs of the company. So they try to access the information of the higher level people in a specific organization, and they spear the specific the passwords or the information which is being transferred in between the two parties. So that is referred to as whale phishing. Man in the middle attack means some third person or the perpetrator enters into the specific segment, and then they try through the IP address tracking, they try to access the information in between the two parties. Is whether the information is related with the transaction, whether the information is related with bank. Suppose if you are doing any net banking activity and any third person has specifically hacked the IP address, so he can easily access the bank information that you are or the activities that you are doing on that specific website while doing the net banking. SQL injection threat that works on the backend code data. So they break the with the help of the coding at the backend level, they break that specific code, and this is how they attack on the specific devices with the help of the data sets. Same as with the case of the distributed denial of service attack, cross-site scripting attack. That is cross individually with the help of the scripting. What they are doing is they are doing the cross connections when two different hackers are sitting at two different places, and that is how they are communicating their information. Password attack in general, that is they are trying to hack the password of the specific system. Drive by attack, that is with the help of the external device, USB drive. If some kind of attack that is happening, some kind of virus we are putting inside to the system, that is again a drive by attack. Ransomware attack, the word itself says ransom. Ransom means more money we talk about. So in the case of ransomware attack, what happens is a hacker, they basically locks your or encrypts your data. They will not decrypt your data until unless you give them a ransom amount. So that is your data and your information is being locked, and you cannot access your personal information only until unless you give that ransom amount to the hacker. Eavesdropping attack, that is again a third person attack. They try to delete the files, they try to modify the files, they try to modify the data in between the two parties until and unless that particular hacker steals all the information that is related with his specific domain or for the purpose for which he is doing that specific hacking activity. So these are the different type of the cyber attacks. Now, obviously, in the coming classes, we'll be understanding in detail what how these attacks takes place. Like in the case of phishing, whether it is run with the help of email, whether it is run with the help of the virus, and men in the middle attack, how the IP addresses they are being formed and through what kind of a specific technology. Even if we talk about the cloud computing, we talk about the deep learning, how the algorithms they are being set in order to track any specific IP address, and then the third person, that is the hacker, steals the information through that IP address. So these are all the computer terminologies we can say. We'll be studying more about these different type of the attacks in the coming sessions. Now, moving on to some one interesting concept at the last, that is all of you must be aware about the very famous series on the Netflix, I believe, that is Money Heist. And like the Money Heist, how it happened is different people they are targeting one specific bank in order to you can say steal the money, right? Now, in the same thing happened if we talk about in the cyber attack history, there is one very popular case that is Cosmos Bank case. Now, it is one of, again, the biggest heist in India as of now, which happened in 2018. Now, what happened in this specific case? Well, at one specific point of time, there were several people, and what they have done is they have hacked the security systems of the Cosmos Bank. And how they have hacked? They through the IP address tracking, they have hacked the specific systems, their servers of the Cosmos Bank. And at one specific point of time, there were almost different debit cards which are being cloned, and through those debit cards which are being cloned, one specific point of time in 28 countries, different type of the people have you can say they have used that specific cloned debit card inside the ATM, and they have taken the money from this specific bank. So it was one of the very biggest size because almost 13.92 crores, they were being transferred to different banks at one specific point of time with the help of the SWIFT facility. That is an international banking facility. So how this particular heist have taken place? Because with the help, like you can see that with the bank, what is the proxy settings, and what is through those proxy settings they are switching the different systems and those specific ATMs of the bank itself only. So the clone debit cards, they are being created for the specific purpose, and different people sitting in different countries, they are being interconnected with each other, and this is how they have used the clone cards. And once they have taken the money from the ATM, they just ran away. Obviously, some people, they were being caught by the police, who were being involved in this specific crime. But again, why the crime has taken place, or why the heist has taken place? Because the security systems, they are not very much secure, they are not very much protected. That is the reason that they are able to make a clone card, and with the help of the clone debit card, they can you can say uh, they can steal out the money. So it is very necessary that we should, as an organization, we should focus on different aspects of the security. Like I told you, privacy and security is not only limited to only framing out the policies, doing the settings, and locking our system, and locking the information with the help of the strong password, or doing some, or taking the help of some softwares to lock the information. Cybersecurity is more beyond these things. Obviously, government has introduced certain act for the benefit of the citizens, like IT Act 2000, which was introduced only with the reference related to the different type of the cyber crimes, whether it is related with the phishing, whether it is related with the you can say the spam messages, whether it is related with any other kind of the fraudulent activity which is associated with the you can say the cyber scenario or the cyber area. But as an individual, as an organization, it is very necessary that we, as an individual person, identify that what are the different areas, and how the, you can say, the technological advancement, how we can use those advancements in order to protect our information, in order to save our information. That is the point wherein we can say that technology, we are using the technology to its efficient level, to its optimum level, and then we are taking the benefits of these technology. If we are not using the using them to the efficient level, we are not finding out its pros, and you can say ways through which we can protect the information, then in that case the technological advancement obviously going to create problem for us in the coming near future. Because on one hand, with the help of technology, we can identify the information, we can track the activities of human beings. On the other hand, while tracking that specific information, we can steal the particular information also, and we can steal the data, we can steal the money related with the human, we can say the customers, or related with the specific citizens of a country. So that is how this particular scam, this particular heist has taken place. So like here you can see, technology is giving us access to create different type of the clone cards, different type of you can say the access to the different type of IP addresses and the servers at one specific point. On the other hand, the people who are hacker, they are utilizing this technology in order to you can say steal the money. So that is leading to a crime. So one technological advancement, on the other hand, creating to one cyber crime. Now it is up to us how we need to process, how we need to understand, how we need to use this specific security, what kind of the security tools, what kind of the AI tools that we should use in order to protect our information, so that we can do its efficient use in a positive manner. So with this, I would like to put an end to our presentation. Obviously, we'll be meeting again, moving on with the certain new concepts related with cybersecurity and the artificial intelligence. So with this, I would like to say thank you to all of you and have a good day ahead. Thank you.